Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to my Robinhood portfolio. Today I want to talk a little bit about how I pick a good swing trading stock. There's been quite a few comments in the comment threads kind of wondering why I pick the stocks I do for swing trading. And then when I do pick those stocks, how do I put in my limit buy, limit sell orders? Again, you always want to be putting in your limit buy and sells. You never want to be putting in market buys and sells. Every once in a while that is fine. But for the most part, a limit buy or limit sell is always going to be the best way of buying or selling a stock, as you'll get exactly the price that you want. As you can see here, I have PSEC pulled up on screen. Prospect Capital put out quite a few videos with regards to this stock. If we go to the bottom, you guys will remember this is a business development company, a very high risk, high reward type of stock. It's got a very high yield with regards to a dividend yield, as you can see in the middle here under statistics. Dividend yield currently is 12.315. And if we go up to the top, you'll notice that the price of the stock has been pulling back quite considerably over the past 1 year or so. You can see on the 5-year graph here at one point getting up to almost $9 before now pulling back to the $6 range. We can kind of see that over the 1-year graph here. Getting up to 880, 890 or so, then pulling back quite considerably here to 774, then another pullback here to 658 before ultimately pulling back under $6. Over the last 3 months, you can see that here. And the reason I'm talking about PSEC here is because this is a great stock to kind of demonstrate how I go about putting in my limit buy, limit sell orders. Not only picking the stock, but then trying to figure out how to swing trade this successfully. So Prospect Capital here, PSEC, a very high risk stock, but this is a stock that I'd be more than willing to hold for a little bit longer term, maybe at 1 to 2 year range, especially at this price point. You can see over the last 5 years that the price has been pretty much maintained right around that $6 range or so. Again, at points kind of spiking up here to $7, up to $8, almost $9, which I think was definitely overpriced. And then momentarily here dipping below $5. Not quite sure what this was all about here, but for the most part around $6 or so. So this really represents a great stock with regards to identifying an entry point. And you can really see that over the last 3 months here. While it has come down 23%, looks like there's quite a bit of resistance right around $6 or so. $5.99 dipping down, $5.56. Let's take a look at the 1 month graph to really get a little bit better detail on that. So $5.99 dipping to $5.56, coming back up to $5.90 or so, coming down to $5.62, then back up to that $6 point. So I'm thinking that a good entry point would probably be around $5.60, $5.70 or so. That's a pretty conservative entry point. If you wanted to be very aggressive, maybe $5.50 or so, $5.60. And then the sell-off point would be just under $6 here. And you can see over the last 1 month, that would be a very good way of making some profit here. Buying in about $5.60, selling off right under $6, like $5.90, $5.95 or so. Again, buying back $5.60, and then again, $5.95 or so. That's really what I'm looking for in a stock, and it takes some time to identify these stocks. One of the best swing trading stocks that I've had so far has been Ford. And really, I saw the same pattern, started doing some swing trading, was very successful at that. Just not been doing that with Ford just because I have a very large holding that I'm holding longer term. And every time you do a buy order, then sell it off on Robinhood, it's a first in, first out type of transaction. There's no other accounting that Robinhood will do. So if you have a stock that you're holding longer term, you're always going to be resetting yourself with regards to getting those preferred capital dividends, preferred capital rates with regards to tax incentives at the end of the year. So the capital appreciation, if you keep buying and selling a stock, you'll never get that 1 year mark met to get the preferred tax rates, as well as preferred dividends as well. If you're continually buying and selling a stock, you always get taxed higher for the dividend payments as well, which can be a very big deal if you have a large holding in any one particular stock, such as I do with Ford. So that's why I've switched over to PSEC here, Prospect Capital. I think this is a little bit more risky play moving forward. A stock like Ford, I'd be happy to hold that for 20 plus years. A Prospect Capital, on the other hand, yes, I'll hold it for about a year or two, but other than that, I don't want to be in the stock longer term. So it's a much more risky endeavor, but it's got a very good dividend yield in the meantime while you hold the stock. That dividend yield, 12.315, is probably going to come down again, probably in about 4 months or so. I think there's probably going to be another decrease in the dividend, which could affect the strategy. So these strategies are not rock solid. They are going to change over time. So if there is an impending dividend decrease, this $6 here might become $5 momentarily. And then at that point, if it gets below $5, then I think it's probably going to represent a very good contrarian investment play with Prospect Capital here. Again, just put out a video describing exactly what that type of investing strategy is. So there's lots of ebb and flow in these strategies. They're not always going to be the same entry points or same exit points with regards to your limit buy, limit sell orders. But once you follow along with a stock for quite some time, you get comfortable putting in those limit buy, limit sell orders. Portola, another great stock I've done a lot of day and swing trading with because I'm very comfortable with the price, kind of where the resistances are with regards to how low it's going to go, and then where there's some ceilings as well with regards to selling off a stock. So Prospect Capital over the last month, if you were buying in just under 6, buying in just over 550 or so, selling just under 6, you would have made a lot of profit. And actually, if you take a look at over the last 1 week graph here, you can see at 1 point down 1%, and then going up to 6%. So that's a 7% swing here. So if you're just really conservative and doing 2 or 3% swings, easily made some money day in swing trading this particular stock. And if you are really aggressive, you could have made almost a 6 to 7% swing on this particular stock. Again, very difficult to time this nadir, very difficult to time the peak. So if you simply put in your limit orders less than $6, you can see here, had a lot of room to do that here. And then your limit buys, 560, 570, a lot of room to do that as well. So that's how I take a look at stocks I'm going to do some swing trading with. Again, you have to have a stock, or at least from my point of view, a stock that you're willing to hold a longer term. If you can't get out of a trade, you don't need to panic. You can hold that stock longer term, collect the dividend, and wait till it rebounds. Again, you have your capital tied up in that stock, but it's a relatively safe investment. Prospect Capital, I don't want to give the impression that I think it's a safe investment. I do not. I think it's a good swing trading stock. I think it's a good stock to hold shorter term. If it gets below $5, I think it's going to be a great longer term play, a contrarian investment. But save that, these business development companies like Prospect Capital, Maine, there's quite a few out there, are very risky. So just make sure you take that in consideration. And again, I'm not a professional stockbroker. I don't recommend any of these stocks to anybody in particular. Simply describing what I'm doing with the portfolio, what I'm thinking about when I jump into stocks here, and how I'm managing the Robinhood portfolio. The whole idea behind the portfolio was to learn. That's why I started the portfolio. I think I've learned a ton. And yes, some of the viewers bring up a great point. Why not just put all my money into ETFs, index funds, and just kind of go with that? Overall, maybe they have a better rate of return. I'd say yes, for the average investor, go ahead and do that. If you're looking for max returns over a long period of time and you don't want to be managing the portfolio, yeah, go ahead and do that. But I want to have some fun with my money. And to be honest, I've been beating the index funds so far with the portfolio. Not saying I can consistently do that, but so far it's been very, very good with regards to the portfolio. I'm having a lot of fun, learning a ton about investing, and that was the whole driver behind opening this account. Learn about investing. How do I pick individual stocks? What am I looking at with regards to a good investment, a bad investment, so on and so forth. So just that alone, I think I've learned quite a bit about stock market investing, what to put money into, what to take a look at. So that's really why I've established the Robinhood portfolio and doing some strategies like dividend capture, which are not tax friendly. I understand that. A lot of you guys have also been mentioning that. Doing some day trading, and then doing some trading in stocks like Prospect Capital, where the traditional investor probably would not get into a stock like this. Very high risk, but again, very high reward. And again, having a lot of fun investing my money in this fashion. So that's really why I'm doing it this way. So if you guys are also doing similar things as Prospect Capital, let me know. Let me know what you guys think about buy points, entry points, sell points, exit points with regards to Prospect Capital. I'm kind of laid out what I've been kind of doing with the portfolio. So far, it's worked out well. But again, these things are always going to change. It's not going to be a strategy that you can continually do for the longer term. You're going to have to, at some point, change your limit buy, limit sell prices because of things that are happening. For example, dividend increases. have had a great impact on this. So you can see here, relatively stable, another dividend decrease, relatively stable, dividend decrease that is anticipated to be up within 3 to 4 months here. So I think that's really what this is happening here. The market is pricing in that dividend cut here. And right now we're kind of leveling out about $6. Anytime there's a dividend cut, there's always a drop in the price of the stock. Even if you think the market has factored that in, my experience so far has been the market overreacts for whatever reason. You think that would already be priced into the stock if, somebody like myself knows about an impending dividend decrease. You think that would already be priced in by institutional investors, professional investors, but that does not seem to be the case at all. There's always some momentum that kind of happens around announcements like that. So again, Prospect Capital, my limit buy around $5.50, $5.75, limit sell just under $6 or so. Again, that can change if there's a dividend decrease. I do believe $5 or below, this would be a great pickup for a contrarian investment, longer term investment. And I'm going to be putting in probably about $5,000 to $10,000, doing some day and swing trading with Prospect Capital until that happens. So that is my portfolio. Again, let me hear what you guys are doing with Prospect Capital or a similar company. And not to make the video too long, I'll kind of end it here. As always, if you guys enjoy my videos, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Definitely appreciate all the support on the channel. If you guys have any other great stocks, other plays that you're taking a look at, please let me know. There's been quite a few in the comment threads of recent. Definitely appreciate that. I'm going through and really analyzing a lot of those stocks that you guys have suggested, and I may even pull one of those stocks to do some day and swing trading with as well. MAIN, as I mentioned, like Prospect Capital, is also a very high-risk business development company, but looks like it has been presenting some entry points for some swing trading, so I might do that with Maine. A few other stocks you guys mentioned as well I'm taking a look at currently. So that's the portfolio. Again, not to make the video too long, I'll kind of end it here, and we'll see you guys next time.